Hello everybody. I can't really see you, so this is kind of awkward, but I'm gonna try and do this. So this summer, Kyle and I were placed at the Omaha Municipal Land Bank in Omaha. So we can go to the next slide. So to give you a little background of why the land bank exists, currently there are 7,000 parcels that have some level of code violation. 3,000 of those have a demolition violation. 4,000 have unfit, unsafe designation to their name. And over half of all those violations in Omaha are east of 42nd Street and north, south, in Midtown Omaha. So the land bank came about because all these properties were sitting vacant and empty, and nobody could really do anything with them, nor did people have time to do anything with them. So the land bank came through. They started their organization and currently are working towards getting all of those parcels safe and fit for the neighborhoods. So next slide. So Kyle actually worked pretty close with this summer. I was more in like the social media, helping Laura Heilman in the communications department. But I'm just going to go through the LB 854 and what the correlation between the Rural Futures Institute and the Omaha Land Bank is. So what is LB 854? This is a legislation that was passed by the Nebraska legislature and vetoed by the governor. This would have enabled the land banks to be set up outside of Omaha. Currently, the land bank workers are still talking to legislature and people about working up to the next bill. So why and how? The government can now on its own find the solution without the collaboration with nonprofits and other groups. This is debatably the future of intergovernmental relationships and public administration. And where would this benefit? This would be outside of Omaha and across the state. The exact same issues are present. A lot of small towns have these housing problems, just as Omaha does. The communities have a lack of housing, and currently there are a few ways to address this issue, as staffing is very small in smaller communities. And when the next legislative session, there will be more emphasis on expanding access to this resource with smaller communities. And just Omaha is like the foundation of what smaller communities can build off of and can expand to. So that's kind of what the LB 854 is. Kyle was supposed to talk about this slide, so he would have more input on that. So sorry about that. Next slide. So what happened this summer? The question should be what didn't happen this summer. We did so much at the land bank. We got to attend many community organization sessions. A few we got to attend was One Omaha, 30th and Ames redevelopment. We went to multiple land bank board meetings. We got to attend auctions with the land bank and many more that we probably forgot about because we were so busy every day investing in those things. We got to assist in creating legal documents on the foreclosure team. Kyle did that most of the summer. He got really accustomed to that stuff and working with the foreclosure team. So that was exciting for him. We got to assist in reviewing the presentations, attended monthly auctions that we had. So that was a fun process to see. We got the house in, we sell them, and then the houses get transformed. And we actually, within the first week of being at the land bank, we got to go see a transformed house, and that was really cool to see how that ended up. I did a lot of social media posts, so I drafted them for Laura. I made suggestions for the business website. I also helped Marty on the eProperties sites. And we also got to meet and talk to a lot of community members, which was a really fun experience, just seeing their vision of things and their recommendations on how to improve Omaha and the housing crisis they are having. Next slide, please. So the impact of this summer. The land bank impacts a lot of people. A few of them that we named was neighborhoods with blight. The individuals who can't afford homes before this, the land banks forecloses those and sells them at a reasonable price for a lot of people that can't afford a regular house, can't afford this house, these types of houses. It impacts the safety of neighborhoods. There's lots of safety issues that come with abandoned houses. The historic preservation, a lot of communities want that historic preservation to be kept. So the land bank gets those houses, and a lot of the time they are preserved. The relationships that our coworkers made with the customers. Every day we had customers call or come in and talk to our coworkers, and the relationship they had was really strong. And it actually went into a friendship, which was really cool to see. The land bank impacted other nonprofits in Omaha as well. They all kind of went off of each other. They benefited from each other. They got ideas from each other. So the benefits from that was really valuable. And we also got to impact the college, Southeast Community College. We, towards the end of our internship, they were building a house in their new facility, and they actually bought the land from the land bank. And so we got to go see that whole process. So that was really fun to see there. So next slide. So these are just pictures of Kyle and I and what all we did this summer. These are only a few. I kind of wanted to take this slide just to thank all of the land bank members for giving us all the memories we got this summer. The top picture is right outside our office. The top middle picture, we got to go to so many conferences where we learned so much about community development and all the nonprofits and how they're working to better Omaha. It was really fun. The top right, we went out to lunch with our coworkers a lot, and it was a great time to get to know each other on personal and work levels. The bottom left picture, the College World Series was literally like 2 blocks away from our business. So we went and saw the train. It was a busy time down there for about 2 weeks. So that was fun to experience with them. The middle bottom picture, our board meetings were held right by Mayor Stothard's office. So we took the chance to go in there and get a picture with her picture. And then the bottom right, Kyle was just putting up a sign in a yard. So I just wanted to take this time to thank the land bank for everything they gave us this summer, the experiences and the memories and everything. So next slide. So takeaways from Serviceship. The big takeaways we thought we learned, and these are not all of them, they're just a few of them, is attending community meetings is important. Getting community input is vital to the success of a community, because if you don't really know what the community wants and you're just putting in what you think is best for that community, it's not going to be successful. And that was expressed to us a lot through community members, is people come in, put in these buildings that the community that lives there doesn't want, but what the outsiders think they want. So that was really valuable to us, is knowing that community input is what will lead to success. And then listening to all views and perspectives of people is crucial. Putting yourself in their position and being open to understanding all the perspectives that are coming in. We found what it takes, the qualities it takes to be a successful community member. And then using the information that you learn from these communities in a positive way. It was really what the land bank does. They take the information in and they try to put that towards bettering the communities. Collaboration is key to change. Like I said, nonprofits, when they come together, they are a very strong force and they benefit from each other. Throughout business and work, friendship is a necessity. Our office was always friendly. They loved working, coming to work. So friendship is key. Having a voice is important. Kyle and I kind of got an interest in nonprofits, just learning all about them. And then we got to see the connect between health and housing, which was kind of cool. We got to look up a lot of cool facts. So that has been the Serviceship Takeaways. So next slide. So thank you for listening, and is there any questions?
Great job, Sydney. Thank you so much.
Hi, Sydney. Chuck Schroeder. Listen, I'm number one. I'm so pleased with the experience there this summer. How much did you learn about the plans with the legislature in an upcoming session? Anything you could add on that?
So Kyle was more interested in that kind of realm of things, but I do know that they do want to expand and to use the Omaha Land Bank as a setting stone. And even the Omaha Land Bank wants to expand further into the Omaha areas. So like to Council Bluffs and different areas like that. So I do know that, and Marty met with a lot of people that are dealing with that, and he's more focused on. I think this time around he's going to be more focused on getting the community what it needs, kind of. But I was not actually that involved in that. Kyle was, so I'm sorry I can't answer that question as well as I should.
No, that's fine. Thank you.
Sydney, that was a great presentation, and this is Connie Reimers-Hild with the Rural Futures Institute. I'm wondering, what advice would you give us based on your experience? We hear a lot about housing, specifically in rural. What advice would you give us just knowing what you know now?
So I think it would benefit small communities a lot. Just from being there, the amount of people it does affect and the amount of people it gives hope for owning a house and is really admirable, I think. I think my advice would just be listening to the community members that live in those communities. That was my biggest takeaway from my entire summer, is how important community input is when it comes to these situations. So that would be my biggest thing I would suggest.
Great, thank you.
Thank you so much, Sydney, and best of luck to you in your program and your semester at Peru State this semester. Take care.
Thank you.